And that's how you do it. Hit that go live button, Cindy. Just do it. It is a conversation that I have with myself almost every time I do go live. And sometimes it lasts just a couple of seconds. Sometimes I look at that button and I say that to myself, right? Just hit that live button. And that's exactly what I do. We go live. There are other times when I have the intent to being here in the morning and find myself, like tonight, at 5 minutes before the clock strikes into the next day, showing up. It is my intent to show up every single day. I'm pretty consistent in that. But my timings and in that scheduling so that my audience can kind of join me. Maybe it's just in that little bit of self sabotage, or maybe it's just in that little bit of alleviation in my nervousness about going live that I would much rather come into my live suspecting that there's nobody out there and I can just blabber away rather than having right an auditorium amount of people right there hanging on a word or hanging on a sentence or hanging on a thought. This time of night, it's bedtime for lots of people, at least on this part of the hemisphere, right? It is bedtime for people. And then Cindy goes live, and you give me those few minutes, and I give you a bit of food for thought. What are you going to do with that, dear? You're going to lay in bed and you're going to munch on that all night. And you've got to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning to get the kids ready off for school and you off to work, right? So I would like to have an earlier time, but also at the same time, I have to believe that there are parts of me that serve in a way to people who don't get good sleep on the norm. So this is might be in a way a little bit of a relief, a little bit of shutting down of the day, a little bit of completion that makes it a little bit more comfortable for some people to right, have a good night's rest. Sleep is really, really important. I find now I'm pretty decent on 6 hours sleep. I don't seem to have any issues. I can put in the same amount of energy as I do in an 8 hour sleep. I slept in on Monday morning. Monday? Yes, morning. I slept to almost 9:30 in the morning. So uh, I know when I need that rest because my body just takes it because it's not my intent. My intent is to go off when that alarm goes off at 7 o'clock in the morning and come to the table full force. And when I say come to the table, I mean, you're right. Come to my day, right? Start my day. Get things done. Kind of proud of myself today because, well, I'm proud of myself. It laundry. The floor is washed. But I tell you, I felt like a dish rag. I felt like a lump of coal. I felt like a slug. I didn't feel like doing anything. I spent a lot of time today just taking in lessons and perspectives, catching up on a little bit of world movement, meaning the news, slightly, just enough to recognize that we had a hurricane going on the East Coast, right? I do love the crazy weather. I think, living in Florida, right? North Carolina, these were places that would suit me pretty good in my love for different weather, unique weather. I love all kinds of weather, but it just seems that the East Coast gets lots of crazy stuff. lots of flooding and hurricanes. And I don't say I love the bad weather in a way that it causes hardship on people. It's just an excitement, it's just an energy about it that does get me going 100%. And I don't think that, me having that taste for that is a bad thing. I know lots of people who are just afraid of a thunderstorm. I worked with a girl that I knew if it was raining and it might be thunder and lightning, and I would check the weather and I check the schedule, I know she wouldn't be at work because she would literally be sitting in her bedroom closet waiting for the storm to be over, right? So I do understand that, weather can be, right, something hairy, scary for one person, and for like me, maybe something fun and exciting, right? For me, it's an adventure and it's an experience, and no lightning or thunder, right? Storm is like any other one that has ever happened or will ever happen, right? Each one is unique in that, and each one can bring something hairy, scary, or dazzle and amaze, or fun and exciting to it, right? Even some contemplation, right? That's how we got the light bulb, isn't it? Okay, you guys. Well, I don't have my deck of 54 powerful words, even though in um, theory it's ready to go, but production wise, no, it's not. I wish I had that deck. I do have my angel card. We can pull a angel card and dig into whatever the topic is that we pull out of there. Um, this week, I am catching up on where I fell back in while I was on holidays. I'm also pretty proud that I actually got a video up. So if you haven't seen my, Explore with Me, Cindy Jean, we did a trail at Quantico Park. And it was lots of fun. And it was lots of fun editing it. Once I, right, got a few refresher courses under my belt, that I finally found my groove at the end of videoing. Let's just say that. Yeah. But it is in the practice. And hopefully, right, at some point that it'll happen that I'll have that editor, right? And I wouldn't have needed to practice as much as I did. It's one of the reasons that I go live. It's easy for me to go live. I'm comfortable in coming in front of the camera now, right? So, and I trust in those other parts of me that when I do come in front of the camera, that there'll be a lesson, there'll be an experience, right? Be a perspective or some food for thought there. I'm at that point now that I can trust that a little bit, right? Editing, I don't trust myself so much. Oh my goodness. Fiascos with the filming and stuff, right? Editing videos, which I'm not a big fan on. But because this is a YouTube channel and I have videos, they have to be edited. It's not going to just happen miraculously without my, right, giving it a little bit of assistance, whether I'm doing it or somebody else is doing it. So if you ever want to take over editing my explore videos, right? I'd be happy to have that on my team in this moment. Maybe we can do a little bit of bartering, a little bit of exchange in that, right? I've learned a few things along the way that have served me well. I think would serve others well, and even though it's not in the realm of where I would like to serve, right? We all start serving somewheres, and we all start serving where we can, right? Where we can. right? That's why these lessons are important. That's why change and choices and experiences and adventures that like they're so important because they ignite that action that is so necessary. And like I said, I felt like a slug today. I'm looking around going, oh my goodness, I just hauled up my 2 loads of laundry. It just needs to be folded and put away, and it's done. Everything that I wanted to accomplish and that I expected that I should accomplish, I did that. And I had a little bit of time for myself. And in that, I don't know, I was busy in that too. It sometimes happens when you find yourself with a little bit of extra time because we so often go about our lives with not enough time. So that when we do get that extra time, and you can use it for laying on the couch with the remote control, right? Going for a run, catching up on your favorite television series, watching a movie, right? Sleeping. You could choose whatever you want to do with that. But when you find that you make a little bit of movement for yourself in that, and it didn't even seem like work. Like I said, it just seemed like I was being a slug today, right? Still wearing still wearing my pajamas. Didn't even get out of my pajamas today. I didn't even see one real person today. See the big smile on my face, right? It was actually nice just to be by myself, right? To get some things done. And I am getting things done. I'm getting those lessons and those tools and the preparations and those prerequisites for what I want to do. I'm getting those all compounded. I'm using them in my everyday life. I'm practicing my craft in what comes across my path, right? There's movement there, 100%. But tonight, let's just do an angel card, see where it takes us, right? Even though I am, and I don't need to say, you can tell I'm exhausted because I keep saying right, right, right. Right? Because I'm wanting somebody to keep me on track because I think my mind is trailing off in directions that are not present in the moment because I am just so exhausted from not doing too much. We all have those days. Okay, you guys, let's pick an angel card. Let's just have a couple of minutes in a perspective, right? And see where it leads us. First perspective, couple of minutes. The word we have is play. You guys, I have been playing quite a bit in the past few weeks. But in that play, there was stuff getting done. Just like today, in my day off, and I'm feeling a little bit bad because I feel like a slug. I'm not getting anything done. And then, saying, oh, Cindy, oh my, go do your live, right? Hit that live button, Cindy. And then grab my laundry and decide whether or not I'm going to fold it in this moment or wait until after the live. And I went, oh my goodness, why is that even a contemplation? Why is that even a thought? Go do your live. The reason I say it's kind of like the same thing is because that extra that I put in, getting the floors done, getting the laundry done, these things that I don't recognize as preparation, as prerequisite, or right, as moving forward, even doing for myself, treating myself well, but at the same time, getting things, getting things done, right? I did a lot of playing in the past few weeks. I'm just coming off of my holidays. It was absolutely amazing. I'm on the video, you guys. I won't fall behind in that. I'll make sure that this week I get another video up and see if we can just start popping these videos from this trip that I was on out like popcorn so that you guys could see what an amazing time that I had. An amazing time that I created for myself so that I could play, right? Play with my, how does it say? Play, play. Yes, I was out on the beach and I was enjoying time with myself, not talking to people, even though I was prepared for whatever came across my path. And there were conversations and small experiences and stuff. But for the most part, I spent that almost 3 weeks on my own by myself. And it was just what I needed. That was my play. But if you saw during that play, during the experience of my holidays, you would go, oh my goodness, I wouldn't do that. You calling that holidays? Because I was hauling and working and resolving issues, and I was in the lessons, and I was in my head, and I was in the experience, right? That was the play for me. But if you look at it, it wouldn't necessarily look like play. Just like today didn't necessarily look like I was getting things done. I thought possibly I had wasted my days off, and there's nothing worse than, right, starting your days off and starting your work week looking no better than when you started your days off. And that's how I felt today, right? A little bit of guilt and shame. Served me a little bit, I think, because I got things done, didn't I? Oh my goodness, the dishes. Oh my goodness, that garbage bag needs to be taken downstairs. Oh my goodness, what am I going to wear to work this week? And slowly, in those baby steps, in those small mouthfuls, it gets done. I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased with that. I feel that I've enjoyed my days off, right? Do I need to play every single day? I believe I do in some way, even if it's just smiling at myself. Hit that live button, Cindy, right? That's in play with myself. Just did not. I never saw a soul today. It was just me, myself, and I. We didn't do much, but I think we had a good time. And we got stuff done in the end. Play, it's whatever makes you smile, right? Some play take a ton of energy. If your play is climbing Mount Everest, right, it takes a lot of energy to do that. Even sitting in your chair and playing video games, right? I bet you get some sore thumbs and some sore brains from doing that for a long time at hand. But you love doing it, don't you? Right? That's your joy, that's your fun, that's what makes you smile. Right? But if you want to be number one video game player, you gotta practice. And that play would end up being a little bit of contribution of effort and work, right? Wouldn't it? Just like I was doing today. I felt like a slug, but in the end, it's all done, and I'm ready to start my work week. Back to work tomorrow, picking up some extra hours this week. We'll arrange the live shows somewheres all around that. I have no idea. I may come in very, very early tomorrow, or I may come in very, very late. We'll just play it by ear. Hello, Nancy. How have you been doing? I haven't talked to you since I've been back from my holidays. How have you been doing? I'm wearing my pajamas. I've been wearing my pajamas for 24 hours now. I never even got on my pajamas today, Nancy. Yeah, thought I was a slug, but I got lots done. If you haven't seen my video, yeah, well, when you're not so busy, Nancy, go check out. I uploaded a video on my channel. I did a trail walk on my trip to start off the series. And yeah, if you get a minute, go check it out. Maybe you'll smile, giggle at my adventurousness. Oh, right, your Halloween special. How is it looking, Nancy? I bet you it's looking pretty amazing. Our store auction window got a whole bunch of those trains, brand new in the boxes, like really old ones. Was donated. I guess it came from an estate because it had the train tracks and it had whole bunch of trains all in the boxes, and they decided that they're going to put it in the auction window. But I know some of those things are worth lots of money. It's smaller this year. Why is it those big mountains you put on it? Nancy's into trains, and she's been working on her own creation. She's getting it ready for Halloween. She always does these Halloween specials, these Christmas specials. As soon as Halloween's over, you'll have to get right into doing the Christmas one because I know you'll do a Christmas one too. You don't have much of Halloween stuff. Oh my goodness. But all you really need is one or two things because your audience is there to see you, Nancy, right? You're just going to hang out together on Halloween. Oh, you're already prepping for the Halloween one. Oh my goodness. I'll be uploading the first official video from my Ontario trip on my next set of days off. I managed to get a video uploaded on this set of days off. I have no idea how I did it. It was working with me. It was frustrating. I couldn't figure things out, and a little bit of googling, a little bit of looking into the programs and get the answers that you need and just slowly hack away at it until, oh my goodness, I was able to say, am I done? Am I done? Yeah, I don't like editing video. Do you like editing video, Nancy? I know you have your videos and your lives and stuff that you do too. Do you mind editing videos? I like the creative part of videos. I like filming and I like telling the story part, being creative in it and how it's presented. But the actual technical part of it, I'm not inclined that way very well. But nobody's going to do it for me. So I have to do it for myself, right? And I have to look at it like I'm playing because if I look at it like it's work, it's not going to get done. Seriously, you should have seen it was like pulling teeth when I was having to edit that video. It was fun looking at my footage, and once I was getting the hang of it, it was not so bad. But in my mind, I had to convince myself that it was fun, and I just looked at the different aspects of video editing, like the reviewing of the footage and the creativity part, and look at that part as if it was my fun, right? And then, yeah, I got through it. It got done. I only have probably another 15 or 20 videos. So much footage, you guys. I was filming the whole time I was on this trip. I was watching a little bit of the hurricane tonight, Nancy. That wind looked pretty strong. Category 5. I was watching a storm chaser who was in the middle of the city, and he was saying that the big buildings were protecting him, but he says he could look at intersections and stuff, and he could just see everything just flying, and yet nothing was blowing around in the streets. No garbage pails, no light fixtures, right? Everything was staying in place. But I guess that coast has gone through a lot of hurricanes and stuff, and they pretty much know how to secure everything when those things roll around. But of course, Nancy, I'm sending out good cheer for sure, right? That everything goes back to normal. Have you been watching it on the news, Nancy? The hurricane? Oh, it will be worse. Oh, I thought I was catching the tail end of it when I was watching that storm chaser. Because he kept saying, "Oh, it's slowing down now. It's pettering off. What do you call that? Pittering, pittering off." And so I thought that was the end of the storm. Maybe I'll watch a little bit more before I go to bed. It's after 12 o'clock already. I should tie it up. Nancy, it was nice that you popped into my live show tonight. I haven't talked to you since I've been back from holidays. Glad to see that you're super busy. I like being busy too, right? I don't mind being busy, not in the very least, even if it's work, right? It was something that I learned off my husband, right? Because he was always busy doing things, and he was always being busy with doing things for his friends and, right, people he considered family and stuff. My husband was in the military, and everybody just absolutely loved him, but he was always busy. He didn't like to sit in one place, but he loved it. He was always smiling. It brought him joy, and the people that he was helping out always, right, was smiling and thought well of my husband, because my husband always offered even before it was asked for. Yeah. Thank you, Nancy. I am shutting her down officially. I have to fold these 2 loads of laundry here, put it away. I'm going to Google the hurricane and watch and see what's going on with that. There are a couple of world topics right now that I am focusing on, and normally I don't, right? These storms roll in, and they roll out usually even before I've known that they've happened. So there's a reason that this one came across my path. But there are other topics going on in the world too that I find myself quite interested in. Well, maybe not interested, but curious, right? How it's going to play out. Okay, you guys, that's my good cheer. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, Nancy. Here's some for you. Here's some for you. Okay, bye bye.